Hello,
Hi, Norman.
how are you today?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
Getting in a nice way, getting a little frustrated with Beth. It's hard for us to coordinate a time to meet.
Oh,
So we met again this morning. Part of it's my problem this last couple of days. She's I'm working on it. I'll do what we've had two sessions already,
mhm.
and just wanted to keep you apprised. I'm doing the best I can, Dave.
I really appreciate that, Norm. I know that probably not an easy situation, I can imagine.
It's fine. I enjoyed the teaching part. I didn't realize that was in part of my DNA, but you don't know this. You have no idea. But my father, who's passed away many years, late in his career, in his life, he went into teaching. He went to
Really?
teach in junior high school, and
Wow.
really, back then in Brooklyn, there was an area called Bedford-Stuyvesant,
Oh,
which
I'm
was just
familiar with it.
horrendous. And this
Yeah.
was
What a
this
challenge that must have been.
late 60s, early 70s, and that was tough. But in any event, I guess it doesn't fall far from the tree.
I guess not. Well, I could tell from the way that you like to explain things that you would be good.
That's because I'm full of hot air. Hello, Natalie.
Hello.
Hi, Natalie.
I thought maybe you forgot.
You know what it is? Like, I don't think of it because it's the same link every week.
Oh,
It is the same link.
okay. I didn't know
It's not
that.
different. Like, if it changes, then I would let you know.
Uh-huh. And then I said, is today Thursday? I don't know what day it is.
You too. It's hard to keep track. They're so busy.
I know.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, Becky. Hi, Steve. Hi,
Hello.
Annie.
How are you all?
I have no idea whether there's a second wave coming or not, or it's part of the first wave, but I have to tell you, I'm drowning already. I'm sure I'm no different than anybody else, but this is, it's time. But I know it's not time, but I'm ready. But I realize I can't be, but I'm ready to get out.
Yeah.
What's going to
There's no
happen?
place to go.
What's going to happen in the winter when we can't be outside?
Yeah, that's going to be tough.
Bonfires, big bonfires.
Invest now in outdoor heating units. I mean, the company's making them.
Yeah.
Oops.
They call that the Corona roller coaster. What we're
Corona
living.
coaster.
Corona coaster. Yep.
All right, so is this the way we do a roller coaster? Hands free?
Yeah.
I guess so. Hello, Teresa.
Hey, Ruthie.
Hi,
Ruby.
I made it. I just got in. I'm sorry.
You
Excellent.
look like you're out of breath.
Right on time.
I am. I'm here. Steve, I got your call.
Yes, I think
Next week,
Becky.
I was thinking tomorrow, I got too much to cancel, but next week, definitely, please.
All right, and could you believe those pictures of Norm I sent you? Did you keep those?
Steve, I told you not to send them. Was I wearing my one piece, my no piece, or my two piece?
What did I do?
Or my hair piece?
I was just gonna say, it was a hairpiece.
Go rest.
Well, at least we have no excuse for
Rona
not doing
said,
our
yeah, you're
homework.
recording.
No excuse for what?
Not doing our homework.
Oh.
Why? You always have an excuse, don't you?
We have nothing else to do.
You could say that Ruth, you could say that your cat ate it.
What?
You
My
could say
cat
that
ate
your cat ate it.
He didn't come today. She didn't come We were walking on Monday, and a cat just looking like COVID went right in front of us, laid in front of me, and acted like COVID. If it didn't have a collar though, and it was me. I was like, I guess cats love me.
I guess so. Your cat's name is COVID. Did I hear that right?
It arrived in COVID because of COVID. A kavod. If we can make it
Kavod.
Jewish, kavod.
Kavod. I like that better.
Like
Kavod.
that better? I like COVID. Everyone said no, so then I made it kavod. It's whatever.
Sounds more Hebrew.
What?
It sounds like a more Hebrew name.
It is. Well, one is and one is. It means respect, honor, right?
Oh, okay.
Correct.
David, did
Very
you
important word.
see the obituary in the Globe about the rabbi that was the first one to translate the Talmud into Hebrew so that more people could read and understand and discuss? Hold on, let me find. I sent a copy to the rabbi in case he missed it because he was gone during the week that the
I didn't
article
see it
came
in the
out.
Globe, but I am aware, I saw that he passed away. Adin Steinsaltz.
Yes, thank you. That's who it was.
Yeah.
What was
Very
the
famous
Talmud
rabbi.
written
He
in?
did more than that, but that was
Aramaic?
a tremendous achievement. He translated the whole Talmud from Aramaic into Hebrew.
Oh, Aramaic. Okay, I was wondering what language it was in. Okay.
Ah.
That helps us tremendously, right?
Well,
So why did you put it in English?
But for folks who,
No, that makes sense.
Hebrew is a lot easier than Aramaic, actually.
Well, people are
Yeah.
actually using.
Especially
Hebrew.
people who are,
In the modern world.
you have all the Israelis, first of all, who could just like read his translation like that. And then, for, students of Jewish texts, like me, reading and translating from modern Hebrew is a lot easier than from Aramaic. So it's a step.
And
And,
if,
That was done recently then, right?
well, it
The
took
last
it
50
took
years,
quite a
100
long time
years.
to do. When did he finish? Probably finished at least 20 years ago.
Yeah, so that's more. I mean, it's not like 300 years ago.
But it probably took him at least 20 years to do. It was like a
Yeah.
lifetime project.
the rabbi replied to me that he did see the article and has often used his materials and actually studied with him once in person.
Oh,
that
really?
he made a major contribution to Jewish learning.
well,
I
there's this
met his son several times. His son is also a rabbi, not as prominent as his father, but still a pretty prominent rabbi.
What was his name again?
well,
Adin.
Adin Steinsaltz. So
there's this tradition of reading the Talmud like a page a day called
Yeah.
Daf Yomi. And it starts every 7 years, and it started in January, and a bunch of friends of mine decided to do it, and I decided there's no way I can do this. But then I learned they're doing like the Cliff Notes version. So if anybody wants to join it, it's an email from, I think it's myjewishlearning.org, and they give you like a 2-minute synopsis of the Talmud page for the day, and you can do that with them and feel like you've sort of like spent 7 years,
you're
2
part of
minutes
it.
a day reading Talmud.
Mhm.
Annie, I would like to invite you Saturday morning, if you haven't joined us yet, to the Torah study. That seems, we do it for an hour, and it seems like 7 years in 1
It
hour.
will be.
All right, with that, I think it's time to start class, folks. Since time is short and we have much to do. So we finished chapter 6. We've spent 2 weeks on it. So are there any questions about any of the homework or any of the things that we've covered in the first 6 chapters? I guess not.
I think I had a question,
Okay.
but I'm not sure now at the moment where it is. So
Hello, Beth.
Hi.
I can't
Hi,
figure
Beth.
out that Google stuff.
Well,
Well,
let's
if I-
start chapter 7, and I'm sure did you find it, Annie?
no, if I find it, I'll
All right, so let's start chapter 7. So this will start with a bit of review. So turn to page 62. So let's do our review here at the top of the page. So I'm going to call on you sort of randomly to do things. So we're going to start out with the letters at the top of the page. So when I call on you, do say 3 letters. And you could either say the name of the letter or just make the sound of the letter. Okay. Will you start, Becky? First 3.
Okay, shin,
Good.
bet like belly button,
Good.
tav.
Good. Excellent. Next 3, Steve.
Lamed, mem, and final mem.
Excellent. All right. Next 3, Ruthie.
A, Resh, nothing, Aleph. No?
So
Aleph.
Aleph. Right,
Yeah,
the
Aleph,
last one, right?
yeah.
It's
Yeah. Which is silent. Great. Next 3, Natalie.
Silent,
Good, and that's called ayin, but it is a silent. You're right.
iron, nun, and
Good,
nun sofit.
good, and both of those make the sound N. Excellent. All right, next 3, Mike.
Hey, Chof,
Great. So it's so you're right. It makes a ch sound. It's called chet.
Het.
Yeah.
And Het Sofit.
Oh, I'm sorry. The one that looks like the first
Hey.
one that Mike did is the chet,
Okay.
and the next one is a kaf, which makes a ch, and then the kaf sofit.
Okay.
What's the first
All
one?
right, as far as the sounds though.
Hate.
What was that, Annie?
What was the, oh, the first one's not a hey, it's a hate.
It's a chet. Chet makes the ch sound. So all of those make a ch sound. While you're talking, Annie, will you do the next 2?
Vav and vet.
And what sounds do they make?
Va and va.
Correct. Good job. All right. How about the next 5 vowels, Norm?
O, O.
Good job. All right.
Sounds like a 50s song.
That's one of my water exercise songs for Halloween.
Beth, would you like to do some, or would you like to pass some of these vowels?
I think I'm going to pass.
Okay. And Teresa's going to pass, I think, unless she tells me otherwise for today. So let's go back to Becky. Will you do the rest of the line of vowels?
Okay, a.
Good job. All right. The next 3 vowels, Steve.
So the first one, I think is just eh.
Yes, or silent.
Okay, and then oo and oo.
Correct.
So ooh ee ooh ah ah ting tang walla walla bing bang.
La 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 bing bang.
Ooh ee ooh ah. Okay.
La la bing bang bang. Excellent. All right, the next 2, Annie.
E, E.
Excellent. All right, and now Ruthie, the first 2 Jewish vocab. Actually, I want to do something different with the Jewish vocabulary words.
Want me to say it or not?
What?
You want me to say them?
No, I want to do something different with them. So I'm going to say the meaning of one of the words, and when you look at the words and you know what it is, raise your hand and I'll have you read the word. Let's see if this works.
Say it again.
What?
Would you
It's
say
like a
it one
game.
time?
All right, so the first one means listen or hear.
Shema. Shema. Shema.
Steve?
Is it shame?
No.
Shema.
Okay.
Ruthie?
Shema.
Shema, the last one on the first
Oh.
line, Shema. Like Shema Yisrael, listen, hear, O Israel. All right, next one, blessing, blessing. Becky,
Bracha,
Baracha, the second one on line 2 is correct. All right, Next one, let's do peace, hello, or goodbye.
Shalom.
Annie,
Someone
Oh,
already said it.
who said that? Was
I
it
did.
Beth? Shalom,
I
correct.
can recognize that.
Good. Second one.
Norm taught me that.
On the first line. Good. All right. Next one. Let's do love. Love. Ruth.
Ahava.
Ahava, the last one. Ahava. Good. Next one. Let's do returning or repentance. Norm.
Teshuvah.
Teshuvah. Excellent.
So where is it?
Second line.
One on the second line.
Next to love.
Teshuvah.
Oh, Teshuvah. Okay. I was just
Teshuvah. Good. Now let's do name. Name.
Oh,
Steve.
that's shame.
That's Shane.
Yeah.
The fourth one on the first line. Good. Next one. Instruction.
Instruction.
Instruction. You might know it, Annie.
That's what I would think.
Torah.
Torah. That I made that hard and you got it. Good job.
It means instruction?
Torah means instruction.
Never heard that.
Yeah. Yeah. Otherwise known as the scroll with our first 5 books of the Bible. Praised. Praised or blessed. Praised or blessed. Norm.
Baruch.
Baruch.
What was that?
First one, second line.
Oh,
And that's all of our Jewish vocabulary words.
Torah. That's interesting.
And now we have our roots. So let's just take a look at those. Let's so shin, bet, tav, rest, cease from labor, desist. Who'd like to do the second one? Ruth?
Shalom.
So shin, lamed, mem, what does it mean?
Shalom.
So it means complete or whole. Would someone like to read the next line? Steve?
so shin, mem, resh, to guard, keep, or preserve.
Great. Who'd like to read the next one?
I don't know that one. Latan.
Natan.
Natan, nun, tav, nun. What does it mean, Natalie?
Give, grant, permit.
That's right, good. Next line, Norm?
Dave, excuse me. I have
Sure,
a question, if I may.
sure.
On the root that we just did, nun, tat, nun, sofit.
Yeah,
My name in Hebrew is Nisan, and it doesn't use the tat. It uses the samech, which I'm not sure we learned yet.
We haven't.
learned it yet.
Maybe I ought to wait to pose my question till we do samech.
Of what the root is of your name?
No, I wanted to know why it's almost the sound is interchangeable between the tat and the,
Sama?
yeah,
Well, the
Well,
way
not
we're
the
learning
top.
at the top is a T sound.
yeah.
In Ashkenazic Hebrew, it would be an S sound.
Okay.
All right. Who would like to do the next line? How about Annie?
Be, resh, kaf. So
Yep. And what does it mean?
to bless.
To bless. And the last one, how about Mike?
Aleph, Hey, Vav.
That's a vet. It makes the
Vet.
same sound, but it's a vet. What's it mean, Mike?
Love and affection.
Love and affection.
Ahava.
Ahava. Excellent. So let's look at our new letters at the top of page 63. New letters that we're learning today. So we have our tzadi. Oh, I forgot to get something. We have the tzadi, which makes the sound of two letters in English, like TS or TZ. It's usually in transliteration. So it's that sound that's like tss, tss, like like the end of cats or the middle of pizza.
So, I never thought of that.
So
Simmons.
Simmons.
Simus.
Did it both ways.
Simmons. Now there's a good word. So and that's and we have the regular version and the Tzadi Sofit, the final version. And they look they both have sort of like a V at the top and some stuff underneath it that's a little bit different. The regular one ends in a horizontal line. The Sofit ends in a vertical line. And note that that vertical line in the final Tzadi goes down below the line, just like a Nun Sofit and a Kaf Sofit. So that'll be a way to recognize it. So let me read you something about Tzadi, because Tzadi begins the Hebrew word for a righteous person, a tzaddik. And actually, it's, the letter name is from the word for righteousness, tzaddik. So for millennia, the sages have affirmed that tzaddikim are those whose spirituality is never secluded or secreted, but rather eagerly embraces friends, family, and community responsibilities. As Rabbi Nachman of Breslov taught, one who is on the highest levels can convey to you a true perception of the Holy One in all its radiance. Linked as it is to righteousness, the letter tzadi also opens the Hebrew word for charity, tzedakah, because they're both from the word for justice, tzedek. One of the most famous lines from the Torah starts with a tzadi, tzedek, tzedek tirdof, justice, justice you shall pursue. And so what we think of as tzedakah, as charity, is not like, oh, I just feel like I'm moved by this poor person, I'm going to give some charity. It's actually a mitzvah in Judaism. So it's an act of justice to give to the poor, not an act of, I feel like doing it. I feel generous today.
Yeah, that's a problem.
What is?
I was just saying, I'm pushing ahead a little bit, but the next letters, the look-alike letters.
Oh, okay. Let's wait till we'll get there. We'll get there. Great. So, to amplify righteousness and justice in your own life, focused on the letter tzadi. All right, now let's look at Dalet, the next letter. So Dalet makes the sound D as in door. And actually, the word for door in Hebrew starts with a Dalet. It's Dalet. And like just as the previous one, the name is derived from a word. The name for Dalet is derived from a word. Dalet begins the Hebrew words for both doorway, Dalet, and knowledge, Da'at. In the Hasidic view, there are countless gateways hidden around us, and each of these can lead to an encounter with the divine. I think it sort of looks a little bit like the top corner of a doorway, of a Dalet. That might help a little bit when we get further down. Finally, our last new letter for today is the Yod, which you might know as Yud. I learned it as Yud, and then as an adult learning, I learned at Hebrew University, Ulpan, that the correct pronunciation of the letter is yod.
Oh, I never heard that.
And so I would think that they probably know they're in Hebrew University, the Hebrew teachers there. But it had always been yud to me growing up, and many people still call it yud, so you'll probably hear that. And it makes the sound ya, as in yellow. But yod is a tricky little devil. It's the smallest letter. And it serves a lot of purposes. As we know, we've seen it as part of vowels. So, well, let's read what's underneath there. The letter yod, like the vav, could be both a vowel and a consonant. And we've seen it as part of those two that are at the end of the paragraph, the E and the A. There are some, I know what you're wondering. Why is it there if it doesn't do anything, if it's pronounced the same without it? It's because in some systems of pronunciation in the past, it has made a difference, and it does make a difference in certain cases. So when the letter yod acts as a vowel, it is written without another vowel symbol under or following it. When it acts as a consonant, it generally appears with an accompanying vowel. But this is one letter that's full of exceptions, and we'll cross those bridges when we come to them. So let's read aloud these examples of the yod. Norm, will you do the first two?
Yeah, I will. Yeah,
Yeah, you will.
yeah, yeah.
Becky, will you do the next two?
Sure.
Will you?
Yo, you.
Yes, you did very well.
Thank you, Master Yoda.
Annie, will you do the next two?
Yell,
Yale.
yell, ale.
Good. So if you're thirsty, yell for some ale.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Steve, will you do the next two?
Eel and ear.
Excellent. Last one, Ruthie.
ER.
Iyar, and that's actually how you spell the Hebrew month of Iyar.
Oh, I thought it was from Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, that's
Oh,
Eeyore.
that's Eeyore, sorry.
Eeyore. All right, so that's the yud, and we'll come across some more discussion of it later in the chapter and later in the book, because as I said, this is a troublesome little rascal with a bunch of exceptions. So now, Natalie, let's look at the lookalike letters. So first we have Dalet and Resh, which are so often confused. So you could read the paragraph, or you could just describe. You have a Resh there and then a Dalet. How would you tell the difference?
Wow.
Oh, you asking me?
Yes.
Sure, Natalie.
Well, the Dalet has a little
Doohickey.
extension on the right, on the top.
Doohickey.
A doohickey, yes, you might call it that.
While the Resh is round.
Round, yes, okay.
Dalet has a doohickey and Resh is round.
Oh,
There you go.
There you go.
okay.
And then we have the Dalet and the final Kaf. And this is also looks like a Resh. The final Kaf looks even more like a Resh because that's round. So, you know, the Dalet has the doohickey. The final Kaf is round, but it extends below the line. There we go. Any other comments on the final Kaf and the Dalet? What does it say here? If the Dalet is shorter, the Kaf Sofit drops below the line. Dalet could be anywhere in the word, Kaf Sofit only the last letter.
Yeah, I know. Right. I agree.
Okay, and now the Tzadi and the Aleph. These are very often confused. And there's an easy way to tell it apart, though. Who wants to spell it out? Anybody?
Well, the tzadi is more like a Y that got bent on the bottom.
Yeah, it's sort of like a Y with a flat bottom. We have to be careful with the Y idea, though, because turn the page.
Can be designing, right?
Oh, no.
Because the ayin looks even more like a Y.
Hmm.
Why do they
And those
do
are often
that?
confused. What?
Why do they do that?
They do that so the teacher can answer somebody who says, "Why do they do that?"
So
I'm
teachers
waiting
make
for
a
the
living,
answer.
such as it is.
Mhm.
Well, because when you get, I think what happens is it's the same idea as, like, if you don't know the music of, if you don't know anything about classical music, it all sounds the same. It all sounds like classical music. But once you get to know it, you say, how could anyone possibly confuse Bach and Beethoven? They're so different. It's once you get to know things, the differences are obvious. It's when they're new and you're not acclimated yet that they're confusing.
Great answer. I like that.
So
Peace reason.
back to Ayin and
That's the
Sadi.
same to me.
What was that, Natalie?
I'm just mumbling.
So here's the big difference, that the Tzadi has a flat bottom. Right? The Ayin, very rarely, there aren't very many fonts where an Ayin has a flat bottom. It's usually like it's curved or it's going up. It's an extension of what's going up the side there. What's it say here? They both have a horizontal bar across the bottom. In the style used in this book, the bar in the bottom of the letter Ayin curves up to the right, and it usually is, making it less likely. Ayin rarely has a completely straight flat bottom the way Tzadi does. And that's the way that is. Norm.
I thought it was interesting that I guess the second sentence in that paragraph above the tzadi and the ayin,
Yeah.
the way they described it, saying it curves up to the right, that just strikes me as funny. I would have thought it curves down to the left, but I guess that's the difference between reading from the right and the left.
Oh, up to the right or down to the left?
I have an answer for that. It's written with a paintbrush. You can't push a paintbrush down to the left. You have to pull it up to the right.
Really?
Yeah. I sent you all that thing on calligraphy.
Yeah.
I was going to say, with
Pen only
can't
works
push
in
it.
one direction. You can't push the pen. You have to pull it. So you have to start at the bottom and pull it up. You see like this.
Hmm.
You can't push the brush down to make that stroke.
Huh.
And it's the same thing with the Dalet. You pull it across and pull the brush away, and then you make the downstroke.
All right, I'll buy that.
The race you pull across and curve down.
Hmm.
All right, so guys, let's do some practice reading here.
I need my magnifying glass. Ooh, I don't have it.
So let's do oh, time is flying today.
Yeah.
So let's do line A for a change. Who'd like to read the first? Let's do it in groups of half a line, say six letters. The first six, Ruthie.
Sound is Dalet, Ray, Shura, Dalet,
Oh,
I think it's a final Kaf,
That's right.
Dalet, Yud,
Alright.
Vav.
Okay, stop there.
No?
Rest of the line. Rest of the line, Norm.
You did the
She did the went up to the Vav.
Yad, Tzadi, Yad, Yod, Aleph. What do you call it? Tzadi and Ayin.
Good job. All right, next line. Mike, start us off.
Yod, Vav, Nun Sofit, Sadi Sofit, Sadi, Ayin, Sadik.
Okay, good job. Finish the line, Natalie.
Yod, Vav, Nun, Het,
Kaf.
Kaf,
But you have the right sound.
Vav, Bet.
So
Bet. Yeah. Bet.
bet and bet.
What is this?
Yad, Yod.
Yod.
Good. Let's skip down. Let's skip down to D.
I don't have my magnifying glass.
Line D. Becky.
Da, de, di, do. Oh, do. That it?
One more.
One more. You.
Good. Finish the line, Steve.
Yo, yeah, yay, zay, z, zo.
Good. You're saying s, not z.
I'm trying to say the TZ sound.
Good.
I don't know if it was coming out like that.
Yeah. Sometimes
Like
it's
you're
hard.
calling yes.
Okay. Let's line E, Annie, first half.
Z, day, ray, D.
Good job. Good. And let's jump down to line K.
I have a question, David.
Sure.
Where you stop there in the middle of line E,
Yeah.
the two Yuds together, isn't that Adonai?
It is often an abbreviation for Adonai. Yeah.
How would you pronounce that if it's not Adonai? Just Ye and Yay?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Let's read whole lines, folks. Ruthie, could you read line K?
I don't know my glass. I hope I can do it. So it's Sama, Sa-ra,
Good.
Sada,
Good.
Siba.
Good job. Yes.
Let's see. Sana,
Mm-hmm.
Sala,
Good.
Sava. No. Sava.
Good job.
Wow.
Good job.
That was a tough line. That was good.
Annie, could you read line L?
Okay. Sheretz,
Good.
eretz,
Mm-hmm.
meretz,
Good.
peretz,
Mm-hmm.
beretz, leretz, neretz.
Very poetic. A lot of rhymes. Good. Let's skip a little bit. Line N, Norm.
Yiram,
Mm-hmm.
Hiram, Yira, Bira, Vira, Yira.
Good job. Let's just talk a little bit about this next vocabulary word. If you can see, underline R.
What?
Who'd like to read that word?
Mitzvah.
Mm-hmm.
Mitzvah.
Oh, mitzvah. Okay.
Mitzvah.
I thought it was-
So it's from this root Sadi Vav He, which means command. A mitzvah does not mean a good deed, although it's used colloquially to mean good deed. It means commandment. It came to mean good deed, I guess, because doing a commandment is a good thing in Judaism. Plural is mitzvot. So this is a tricky word to read, right? Because the vav, mitzvot, look at mitzvot. That's a tricky word to read because the vav has the 1.o vowel on top of it. And so a lot of people see that and they say, oh, mitzvot, not mitzvot.
Right.
So how would you know that it's mitzvot and not mitzvot without knowing the word? There is a way to know that. Norm?
I'm guessing now because of the shva
Correct.
under the tzadi.
Correct. The tzadi already has a vowel. So the vav has to be a consonant because you can't have two vowels in a row without a consonant. Requires a little thinking, I guess. So let's quickly go to page 66 here.
David,
Yeah,
before we do that, please,
sure.
in the block where it says the blessing phrase,
Yeah,
the third from the last.
yeah.
I'm trying to figure it out, and in the shva is in the middle and it's silent.
Correct.
So with from usage, I would have said just in temple, I would say kiddushanu.
Right.
But the way I'm reading it literally, shouldn't it? Where am I off here? I'm coming up with kiddushanu.
That's more correct according to the rules that we are that we're teaching here. Yes.
Okay.
So there are liable to be occasional divergences between the rules we're teaching and common usage. Sorry. Yeah. So we all know this phrase. Well, I don't want to jump to any conclusions, but this is a very common phrase in the blessing phrase in this box here. For lighting Shabbat candles, lighting Hanukkah candles, any mitzvah. The blessing starts with the same, how many words is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 words. So they're worth learning. If you don't know them already. So who'd like to read up the first half up until the comma?
I'll read it.
All right, Natalie.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam.
Good. Who'd like to finish?
I'm lost.
Oh, we're at the bottom of page 65.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry about that, Ruthie. Annie?
Asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav b'tzivanu.
Good. So I don't know if you noticed there, I did, that there was a very interesting combination going on there of reading and saying from memory. Because a number of the things were not read exactly according to the rules that we've been learning. Not saying that they were wrong. I'm not saying that there was a problem there. And some of these things come down to like the mixture of Ashkenazic and accent that we grew up with common usage now, with the rules, and it all gets to be kind of a mess when it's something you already know. It's not really a problem, it's just something to be aware of since we're learning Hebrew. So, for example, the first word, I heard Natalie say Baruch, which is how I almost always hear it. But if we were to just read that word without knowing it, what would it be?
Baruch.
Baruch. Baruch. Right.
I
And
I just would like to add that before I could read nothing,
yeah,
and I'm very excited that now I am able to actually read that.
excellent.
Woo-hoo.
Great.
And I think you should be insulted that David said you did it from memory and didn't read every word and vowel the way you learned.
I'm very insulted.
My apologies, Natalie. So let's look at the last three words, because that happened in the last three words too. So like Norm already brought up Kiddishanu, but Norm already told us that reading it, it would be Kidshanu. And same thing, b'mitzvotav, the I instead of the E. B'mitzvotav, vitzivanu, that one didn't change.
But there's also, if I may,
Sure.
at least for me, I always said, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech halom. But
Oh,
it's really
That's just you, Norm.
ha'olam.
Yeah. That's just from doing it so quickly that everything gets mushed. That's the technical term. The slang is elided. All right, let's turn the page. Oh, we'd better do some. So I'm just going to condense this paragraph at the top of the page into like 2 seconds for the sake of time, and you could read it at home. Accent marks. When you don't, like in a Siddur, most Hebrew words have the accent on the last syllable. When it doesn't, in a Siddur, it'll give you an accent mark that takes the form of a little vertical line next to the vowel. So look at just the Hebrew words in that paragraph. Vitzivanu. See the little vertical line there?
Yeah.
Kidshanu. Vertical line there under the shin.
Mel.
Melech. We learned that rule about the two as in a row, but there it gives you the accent mark anyway. Eloheinu. Accent mark. All right. The only new vowel this week is going to be the vowel plus the yud, which makes the sound I. I.
Ay.
There we go.
You have to sing the next line. You can't leave it like that.
I am the Hebrew bandito.
Okay, that'll do.
No llores.
The degenerate childhood of mine that I only know that from a Fritos commercial. Or know it best from a Fritos commercial. All right. So the
Usually in that file.
at the top of page 67, we have a little bit more about Yud that we're going to skip for now. We'll come back to it. It's basically saying that at the end of the word with the other A vowel, it also makes the I sound. Other than that, it's sort of silent.
Read it later.
I don't know. With the A or the I, it's still I with the yud.
David,
There is one thing to point out there. Hold on 1 second, Norm. Just look at the first Hebrew word in the middle of that section at the top of page 67. B'mitzvotav. That could be a very confusing yud there, the second to last letter. It's silent there. It doesn't make the I sound. It's not b'mitzvotav. It's b'mitzvotav. All right, so from here, I would like to just go into giving you some practice reading. I'm going to put you into Beth and Teresa. Do you want to be, you could chat me your responses. Let me know if you want to be in the breakout groups.
No.
All right, I guess not. Okay, Norm.
David, before we do that, the very last word on this page, 67,
Yeah.
the English is command.
Oh, that's a tricky word. We haven't learned that yet. Si vui.
Wait, say that again?
Si vui.
Si vui.
Why is the first vav thicker than the second?
Because it's telling you what which letters are derived from the root.
Okay.
Where do you get
Oh,
the,
yeah, there's
where do you get the
Yeah, no, I noticed, but
si
Where do
vui?
you get the last E sound?
Yeah.
It's from the combination of the U vowel and the yud is ui. I imagine we'll cover that later in the book. I want to jump now. Let's jump ahead to page 70. I'm going to give you some practice reading. Start on the bottom of page 70. Then go to, you could just continue. You could do the box if you want, or you could do numbers 3, 4, and 5. Or get as far, you're not going to finish, but get as far as you can. Let me make the breakout rooms.
3, 4, and 5. I don't know what you mean.
numbers, number 3 on page 70 and number 4 on page 71, number 5 on page 72.
Thank you.
That's what I mean. All right.
Are you the yin and I'm the yang? Or vice versa? Never knew what those two meant.
It's left and right.
Okay.
Mhm.
Here we go. Beth and Teresa, just feel free not to join your room together. Do you want to work with me on anything now, Beth? You're muted. I can't hear you, Beth.
I'm pretty overwhelmed, but so could you do what are they called? The one that's really confusing me is I think it's the E. What is that little thing? Is
What
it
page are you on?
the little yud, the little,
The yud vowel, the yud letter?
think so, because when they're next to each other and wait, give me 1 second. Dave. Yeah, the yud. So, or yud, as you said. When they're next to each other, like one's a vowel and one's not, you were saying, I mean, when I look at them, I can't make that distinction. So where were we? When we were just reading, we were on, when people were just reading.
Yeah.
I don't know how to make a distinction.
Well, let's simplify it. If it's a vowel, if it's part of a vowel, it's just silent, really. It's not really doing anything. So, if is it when there are 2 in a row that it's confusing to you?
Yeah.
So just read the first one
Okay.
and
So,
ignore the second one.
okay.
I think. Are you looking at?
So if you look at page 66, for example,
Yeah.
I just found it at the bottom,
Chaim.
where it says
Last one in line D.
on that line above is basic Hebrew vocabulary word. So it's ha, yim, and so you just ignore the second one?
Yep, that was correct.
Okay. Okay, so just ignore the second one.
Mhm.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Is
So
anything-
Norma's being very helpful, but we're on chapter 3.
That's fine. It's like you missed a fair amount.
I know.
Busy.
And it's hard to catch up when you're daily, I keep saying I'm just going to listen to all the things. I work still. I'm not retired, so
Yeah.
it's hard to fit everything in. I've learned those chapters. He's really great, actually, with it. But he's only committed to one more tutoring. So we'll see where we end, and I'll try to work on the rest with your YouTubes in the meantime.
Okay. Good. Is that your phone or mine or?
Yeah, it's mine.
Oh.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I have to leave it on because of my parents. It's annoying because I can't hear the little vibrate.
All right, I'm gonna go check in on
Go for it.
group.
That's
What he's
fine.
doing.
Thank you, David.
You're
Thank
welcome.
Okay.
That's good.
Ditsa, Ritza, Ratza, Ra'a, Rome, Dome.
Good. I'm going to go to D. Nishbats. No, Nishbats. Nish.
What? Isn't that the T? Did I get that wrong? Isn't that the TZ sound?
Yeah, Nishbats.
That's what you said.
Yeah,
Oh,
part-
okay. I heard it. Okay, fine. Uh-oh. It's going to keep
Uh-oh.
us honest now, Andy.
Nishbaza.
Yeah.
Mesha Bates.
Good.
Shubat. Shubats.
Mhm.
Shubaza.
For your first misstep.
I would do that.
Shubaza.
So you have, Annie, you have one shva in the middle of a word. Is it silent or sounded?
I don't remember.
Did you sound it or silent it?
I tried to not sound it.
Well, you did sound it.
Was I supposed to?
You have one shva in the middle of a word, it's silent.
Oh, okay. Silent one.
So try it again.
Okay. So it's Shubza.
Shub tsa.
Shubza.
Less of a z sound. Shub tsa.
Shubza.
Make sure.
Shubza.
Shub tsa.
Between the chach and the tzatz and the sofits, it's crazy.
Ay, ay, ay. Okay.
I think Greek is easier. Okay. I'm into F, okay?
Okay.
Chaya. Chayav. Chayav. Hayech. Oh boy. Hayuch. Hayucha.
Oh, that's not an U. What's that vowel? The three dots.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hayecha.
that's it.
Now this one, I think the shva is the first, so I think that's where we say the bet here.
That's
Or
right.
somehow signify it's not silent. Beha yucha.
That's an U though.
Do it again.
Beha yucha.
It's
Not
not-
you.
The U is not.
Keep getting that wrong. Beha yecha.
Yes.
That's it.
Okay.
I'm going to check on another group, folks.
Please,
Okay.
please.
So,
I think Sion. What do you all think? Sion?
that little dot with the yard doesn't do anything, the dot?
Nope.
Are you on line G?
We're
We
on
are,
line
but-
G.
That's
You know
right.
what else we need? We need, David, on line G, 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth word.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
The fifth word.
Right. So I thought Ruthie said Shiyan, and I think it's Sheen. And when none of us are. Is
There's
it
no
Sheen?
It's one syllable. There's one vowel, one syllable.
Okay.
Sheen.
So, and the last word on line D, David, we had a little trouble with.
Yeah, that's a real word.
A layich.
Elayich. Yeah.
Okay.
A-like.
All right. We are up to Becky reading the first four of line H.
All right.
Yoreh,
Ref.
What?
ref, yoreh,
And
Ref.
it's not, it's
right, it's a
Hey.
hit, soft taste.
right. You got it.
Ref.
Yodeh, Yodah, Yorah, Yorach,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yarah.
Right. Okay. And I'm going to do the next four. Oh my gosh. Why is there a dot in the middle of the hay? All right. I'm going to just say yada.
Good.
So just to throw you off, huh?
And actually,
But-
there is a pronunciation. I don't know why they did that here because it wasn't taught. But the dot is an intensifier, so some people would actually aspirate the hay at the end rather than have it be silent when there's a dot.
So
But-
like
But-
yada,
Yada.
yada.
But don't worry, I don't think they meant it. Like many people would just not ignore the dot and it would be fine.
All right.
Not such a difference.
All right. Vayad
Good.
and vayach.
Good job, Steve.
Four. Was that four words? Right. Yeah. We're back to Nadine. Natalie. I knew I was going to say it wrong. I had it all right all the other times.
Ima. Sina. No.
T.
Sina.
The third word you've got to do again.
Siva. I haven't done that yet.
Very
Siva.
good. Yeah.
Seva. Eva.
Wait, the third word, Natalie, do it again. I think one of the vowels was a little off.
Sava.
Zava, that's right.
Okay. Seva. No. Seva.
Good.
Eva.
Good.
Eha.
Good job.
Very good. All right. So, Mike, do you want to take line A, page 71?
Sure.
Guys, I'm going to leave the room and I'm going to close in a minute, so read fast.
Okay. Sa'ad.
Pressure.
Everybody's a coming back.
I hope. There we go.
So,
David, who approved you taking vacation in the middle of class?
I did.
who approves anything at the
I'm
top?
with
Nobody knows.
All right, Annie gave you permission. You're lucky.
Annie didn't give me permission. Annie gave me a mitzvah.
Yeah, very good.
So, any questions, folks?
You answered ours in the group. Thank you.
Great. So homework is to review this chapter and read out loud. At minimum, pages 70 through 72, or 73, 70 through 73. I'll send you it. But it probably would also be a good idea to do the reading practice on page 64 and 65. If you want, if you have extra time. So guys, I have a question for you that you could either respond very quickly now or you could email me, which is, I'm going to be away next week, so we're not going to have class next week. So will those 2 weeks be enough of this chapter for you, you think? Or should we spend another week on chapter 7 after our next class as well?
Can you, if you could send us you reading some of the lines, I think it would be helpful.
I will do that.
That's a good idea, Becky.
Yeah, I will do that.
And then we can.
You don't have to decide that now. You could email me and let me know. Norm?
I was going to say we're just about finished 7. So
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
we need another week of it in class time.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I kind of feel that way as long as everybody does their
Yeah.
practice.
Yeah, I think these 2 weeks should be good.
Okay. You'll have 1 week with me and 1 week without me to practice. I'll send you recordings of some of it. And the class is recorded, so I'll put that up as well.
Okay. Have a
Thank you.
great vacation.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
Annie, I just wanted to tell you. So, I was talking to my niece who's Aviva, her Welber, and Noah, her
Oh, you're
other,
cute.
and they were like, Annie, she's the
Well, Noah and Aviva. Oh, I love them. Aviva's lovely.
Wait.
yeah,
Wow.
she's really
David,
special.
stay safe and healthy.
Enjoy
Bye-bye.
your week
Thank
off.
you. Thank you.
Have a great vacation.
Have a great vacation, you guys.
Thank you.
All right. See you all later. Stay safe.
Be well, everybody. Cool.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.